Alright guys, I got a lock here from Jillian with an intimidating name called the WOOP, and you got to fill in the blank. It is a Schlage keyway. It looks like about a 5-pinner. I do have the keys. He sent me 2 of them, mummied, and hopefully we don't need those. He says if we can't pick it, feel free to use those to gut it. Hopefully we won't need those stinking keys. Let's see what we got here. He does say it cannot be picked up, or he says do not pick it upside down. So I won't. Wait a minute, that may fit. There we go, that does fit. All right. Beauteous, a lot of flop in there. I'm going to use, because it looks like an aftermarket Schlage, I may be able just to pick from the bottom here. Oh, maybe not. Nope, it's a little bit too tight. Some of the aftermarkets, that piece of warding is not quite that sharp, and you can just pick from the bottom, but not today. I got to go from that ledge on the left side. It's all right. I'm going to pick it counterclockwise. It is a challenge lock. So sometimes the makers of these do all their practicing in the clockwise. So sometimes I can kind of get over by picking it in the counterclockwise. All right. Counterclockwise, let's see if we got here. Very light tension. Okay, there was some counter rotation there on 3, a little click. That was 3 again, and I got a deeper fault set. And under pin 5, having trouble getting under him. I got a good fault set going now. Okay, that was 2, a little deeper fault set. I just barely touched him. That looks like counter rotation on 3, so he's probably a spool. A very deep spool. Come on. I think I got him, but I lost the fault set. Let's check 2. Okay, 2 gave us another click, so we're back on our fault set. Very deep fault set. Let me show you what we're looking at here. So we're probably hung up on a spool or a T-pin somewhere in this stack. And if I can just find, it looks like 1. Got to click on 1 there. All right, let me go back to pin 1. Since I gave him 1 click, if he's a serrated, maybe he's going to take 2 clicks. Okay, there's 2 clicks on 1. Back to my fault set. All right, back to 1 again. I am getting some counter rotation on him now. Wow. Okay. Pin 5 is all the way back down. That was pin 2 again. And there we go. All right, let's see what we got in here. At least we don't need those stinking keys, right? All right, get the old pin tray out. And we do have, well, I am going to look at the keys. I'm just going to cut this off, save a little bit of time. I'm not going to do it on my new cutting board, though. My new pinning board. Not bad. Not bad at all. We got some high cuts hiding behind some low cuts. Exactly what you'd want to see on a challenge lock. And since we opened that up, I will check it just to make sure it works. A little hard getting it in there, but there we go. It does work. Smooth, no dragging, no catching, or anything like that. Okay, let's see what we got here. See why we can't pick this thing upside down. Based on the tension, I would say some of the cores don't have springs, maybe most of them. And let's see what we got. That will work. All right, it is a 5-pinner. I don't see anything really unusual so far. Well, pin number 1's a little unusual. Almost T-pin like. Let's go ahead and pull. Yeah, definitely. Look at that. Let's go and pull them out and take a look. Definitely. Key pin has got serrations and the top of it is narrowed like a T-pin. 1 is spooled with a serration, or 2 is spooled with a serration. Oops. 3, same thing. 4, spool. And 5. Wow, a lot of work went into those, I gotta say. Number 1 is threaded, and the rest of them are all standard. All right, let me turn these guys. Oh, they are all in the right direction. Is that unusual or what? See what magic we got here. We have below the shear line, and it is a, I'm trying to see this is the camera, looks like a mushroom. And no spring. Okay, number 2 does have a spring. He was above the shear line, another mushroom. I said he had a spring, but he's not coming out of there. All right. Number 3 definitely has a spring because it pushed him all the way out. And it is also, this guy's more of a very deep, very narrow-waisted spool. Get caught on, that was that really deep set. I think that's why we got it. And there is 1 spring for 3. 4, again, looks like a spool with a knob in the waist. And the last one is a homemade spool with a little serration on one. The serration was pointed down. I do have a spring, it looks like in number 5. Okay, so we had a spring also in 2. Okay, number 5 and number 2. And when I'm looking in here, number 1 looked like he had a spring too. He was popping up a second ago. There he is, tiny little devil. I don't think that came into play because he was below the shear line. But anyway, there you go. There's nothing, no modifications inside of the body. It doesn't look like nothing at all. No serrations, no undercuts, just standard stock Schlage body. So there you go, Jillian. We were able to gut it, so I'm going to put this together, get it back to you. Appreciate you. A lot of work went into those pins, I got to say. And I'll put it back together and get it back in the mail to you. Thanks for taking the time to put it together. Everybody, stay safe, stay legal.